Hello and welcome to the Stronghold Digital Mining Daily Update. Today's Friday, September 15th, 2023. I apologize ahead of time for the somewhat dubious audio, but I was visiting Panther Creek. No, not inside Panther Creek, but the surrounding area and doing the type of reconnaissance work I oftentimes do while also enjoying this beautiful weather here in eastern Pennsylvania. I had a chance to go on a wonderful mountain bike ride, but I wanted to share a very short update as it relates specifically to PJM PP&L, which is the zone of the PJM grid where Panther Creek happens to be located. During my visit, I noticed that Panther Creek, was running at what seemed to be 100% capacity. It seemed like we were firing on all engines. And I did notice that PJM PP&L grid pricing was $12.32. So it's unlikely that we were diverting the overwhelming majority of that electricity to the grid, at least not at that particular moment in time. Instead, Bitcoin priced in dollars per megawatt hour was a far more favorable $60.80. Nothing, to necessarily write home about, but certainly a far better price than $12.32. Yet again, one of the reasons why it's nice to have options, right? We're not just stuck selling electricity to the grid, nor are we stuck simply mining Bitcoin, right? We do have some optionality. I did notice during my visit that the Bitcoin network hash rate was over 500. It was 510, and that hash prices were a very anemic 4.7 cents. Definitely not a very good Bitcoin, mining circumstance, right? The economics of mining Bitcoin weren't exactly phenomenal, but compared to selling electricity to the grid, Bitcoin at this moment in time was proving to be a far better option from an economic perspective. So a couple of other quick thoughts here. I noticed that we have what looks to be a very robust pile of waste coal right there on site. I do know that Matt, our chief financial officer, has mentioned in the past that as a strategic maneuver to sort of counterbalance potential spikes in the price of diesel fuel, we can and do, in fact, sometimes have excess amounts of waste coal on site. Certainly at Scrubgrass, I think that might be more prevalent than perhaps at Panther Creek. But based on what I was observing there, it seemed like we have, quite a bit right there on site. So given the fact that oil prices, right, if we zoom all the way out macroeconomically here, oil prices themselves are like, 90 some odd dollars a barrel. I'm not sure if there's any fluctuation in those prices over the past 24 hours, but it's likely that we might see, right, some increases in fuel prices generally, and diesel prices may very well move up as well. Every time I passed a gas station that had diesel fuel, I generally saw diesel prices under $5, maybe in the like $4.60 range, somewhere in there. So nothing that dramatically different than this has been the case over the past several months. But again, the potential exists for those prices to start creeping up, which of course will indirectly have a bit of an impact on our fuel prices, because although the fuel that we get is practically free, there is a cost, right, a surcharge associated with the diesel fuel that are used by the trucks that bring it to waste coal reclamation facilities such as Panther Creek. Okay, the stock market. Well, our stock was down a bit today. Again, nothing necessarily that concerning to me. I'm just so incredibly grateful and happy whenever I have an opportunity to visit Panther Creek, to see that things seem to be going well. That's very, very reassuring. It gives me tremendous peace of mind to see that if nothing else, hey, Panther Creek is operational. The power plant is running at what seems like full capacity. It appears to be healthy. These are things that are really, really comforting and very, very helpful. Okay, I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. And until we see each other again, let's stay positive. Let's be great. And I think we'll probably see each other again on Monday. So I'm looking forward to it. See you then.